Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Dear students and viewers, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome you all in today's lecture. In today's lecture, we will learn how to become an active listener. This is one of the topics in the course Contents of Study Skills in BS English level. So, first of all, let's look the outline of the lecture. In today's lecture, I'll introduce the lecture. First, I'll provide the introduction, and then what is listening and what is the importance of listening in our communication. Why we are listening? Yes, it means that what are the purposes of listening, and we will differentiate between active listening and passive listening, and then we will discuss that what are the strategies for the becoming of active listener, and at the last I'll give you conclusion. So let's start. Introduction. So listening is one of the important skills of communication. Yes, we know that through listening, we are participating in certain activities, or we spend most of the time in listening on daily basis. Like business people spend nearly 50% of their time on listening. Yes, they listen to others while dealing with others. Listening is vital important element in the cycle of communication. Why? Because no oral communication is completed without listening. Yes, when we are not listening to others, how we will take part in participation, or how our communication process will be completed. Through listening, it is possible. Now, what is listening? The definition of listening. Listening is the complex and selective process of receiving, focusing, deciphering, accepting, storing information. These are the important elements of listening. Like through listening, we are receiving information, we are focusing on information, on the activities or on concepts, we are deciphering information. Deciphering means to know the meanings of something, to study something and to know the meanings of something. Okay, try hard to know the meaning of something. Accepting information, and we are also storing information through listening. Information means here what we hear, okay, what we are listening. So that listening, through listening we are getting information. So these listening are called information. Listening does not occur without these five interrelated yet distinct processes. Like these are receiving, focusing, deciphering, accepting, and storing. These are the five interrelated elements. Listening does not occur without these interrelated elements. Okay, these are very important. Why we are listening? Yes, again, it's a big question for us. Why we are listening? We have to think over it. We are listening to get or obtain information. Yes, for the sake of information, we are listening to analyze the message. Yes, for the when message is delivered by the speaker, so we are listening to that very speaker, because to analyze the message, to be inspired. Yes, we are taking motivation and inspiration from others while listening to them. To improve our communication, yes, through listening we improve our communication. Like for speaking, it is prerequisite to listen. Okay, so through listening, the more we are listening to others, the more we can improve our communication in a better way. To enjoy the situation, yes, sometimes we are enjoying the situation and we are taking part in the situation to enjoy. For the enjoyment, we are listening to others, like we are sometimes listening to the radio, to the news, and to the music. Okay, and sometimes we are listening to other beautiful sounds. Some people, we like some listening, we like some somebody sounds. So that's why we are listening to them for the sake of enjoyment, to understand. Yes, for the sake of understanding, we are listening carefully to understand the message, that what is going on, or what is like said by the spoken by the speaker, and to learn. Yes, the ultimate result will be learning. We are learning through listening. Now, how to become an active listener? This is the topic of today's discussion. Like, we can become an active listener uh, to pay attention to others, show that we are listening to others. Like, when we are paying attention to others, so through this way we can like become active listeners. Okay, and to show that you are listening to others, like it also very helpful for the speakers. Like, when we are listening to them, we are giving them feedback response, and they are like, they are knowing that somebody is listening me, or somebody is taking participation in that very activity. So it gives courage, it gives motivation to the speakers. Provide feedback. Yes, when we are actively listening to others, then we will be able to provide feedback to them, response to them. So through response, we can also make our participation or our listening active. Defer judgment. Yes, we will be not like doing negative remarks. We will be not passing negative remarks in the judgment. Response appropriately. Yes, appropriate, correct response is the key element to take active part in listening. When we are like, when somebody is asking us for the response, so we have to give appropriate, correct response, up to the mark response. Okay, not beat about the bush. How to become a good listener? Yes, we have many ways to become, for on the basis of these ways we can become good listener. For example, the first one is be prepared. Dear students, like other activities, listening also requires preparation. Yes, complete assignments before listening. Yes, for example, if teacher has given you assignments that we will discuss that topic tomorrow, so you have to read about it. So prepare assignments and complete your reading before listening. Read about the topic which is going to be discussed in the upcoming class. So then we will be able to take active part in listening, and through this ways we can become good listener. Second way, very important method, be open minded. We have opinions about others. We all have opinions about others. Sometimes we have negative opinions regarding others. Sometimes we do not like what is being said, but we should listen to them. Yes, be careful. Like, be careful, listen to them. Why? Because that may from that may we learn something that may decrease our prejudice, dislikeness. Okay, try to suppress the biases. Give the speaker a chance to speak. Yes, let them, let him or her to speak. Okay, avoid distractions. Distraction means obstacles, blockage. Yes, which hinders the process of listening or speaking. Internal or external distractions are there. We can avoid distractions by closing doors, moving close to the speaker, giving more attention to the speakers. Avoid prejudgment. Yes, do not prejudge the speaker because of appearance or occupation. Do not draw conclusion before listening to the speaker. We do not judge speaker by his or her look appearance, talks, or delivery. By his dress. Yes, do not prejudge speaker by his dress, accent, mannerism, and dialects. Okay, like we have this concept. Most of the people they are drawing conclusion before the speaker's talk. Okay, like upon the completion we can draw conclusion. Don't go like before, don't jump to the conclusion before the speakers talk. Active listening and passive listening. Yes, we have two types of listening. In active listening, we devote our all out attention to spoken words. We are physically involved in active listening. Critical listening, yes, while listening to others actively, we can create critical remarks. We can pass critical remarks. So, critical listening, also known as active listening. And passive listening, we apparently listening, but actually we do not focus uh, on, we do not focus completely. Yes, so for active listening, complete or full focus is needed. And in passive listening, we are listening, but we are not actually full focusing on the speaker's words. Passive listening does not require full focus, and active listening requires full focus. Okay, we have like why we are not listening to others, or what are the problems that affect our listening, and faults in listening problems are faults in listening. Okay, that affect our listening. Firstly, people listen at only 25% efficiency. Okay, with efficiently, they are just listening to 25% of the talk. Why is it so? Why it is happening? What are the reasons? Why people they are not taking part in listening? Why they are having problems in listening? What are the reasons? Let's discuss these problems. Selfish behavior. One of the problems in listening, or one of the faults in listening, is selfish behavior. The biggest problem in listening is that most of the time we think about ourselves. Yes, we are thinking about ourselves. We are not thinking about others in listening. Okay, we desire to tell all ideas, feelings, achievements to others. Yes, it is our desire to discuss, okay, to make discussion on ourselves. We want to do so at once without waiting to others. We are not waiting for others. Okay, we are having this opinion to discuss our own selves, not others. In such situation, everyone speaks and no one listens. Yes, when all are speaking at one time, at the same time, when many people are speaking, so it creates problems for the listener. No one will be listening to others. Prejudice, yes, prejudice means dislikeness. When we are not liking us, okay, when we are not liking others. Prejudice means that having opposite feeling against others. When we are having opposite feeling against others, so we are not listening to them. People often see who is speaking. Yes, they are they having interest not in speaking, not in the message delivered by the speakers, but they have interest in the speakers, that who is speaking. They are not having interest what is spoken by the speaker, but they limited themselves to the speakers. They ignore what is said, thus they lose interest in listening. They reject the message because they do not like the person who is speaking. So please do not reject message because of the speakers. Reject message because of the message. Okay, that what is delivered, either wrong or right. Judge message. Okay, judge message, focus on the message. So then you will be a good listener. Don't criticize listeners, okay? Just I'm always saying that don't discuss people, discuss ideas, discuss messages, discuss concepts. Like in prejudice we are discussing speakers, we dislike speakers, so that's why we are not listening to them, because of this dislikeness or prejudice. Distractions. Yes, we have also discussed that distractions block the ways of listening. Yes, these are the factors which hinder the ways of listening. They may be external or internal. For example, external distractions are noise, abnormal temperature, background music, poor look of the speaker, too many gestures. Yes, these all are external distractions. Distractions means, dear students, the things, the concepts are the obstacles which block the ways of listening. So try to avoid these distractions, okay? When there is enough noises, when there is abnormal temperature, background music, so stop these things. Poor look of the speaker, it is the responsibility of the speaker to prepare his or himself or herself for the activity of speaking. Too many gestures also creates problems in listening, okay? Internal distractions are daydreaming, when we are not actively involved, when we are not actively participating in the discussions, in the speaking activity. So there will be daydreaming, headache, yes, feel sleepy. These all are internal distractions. These things block the ways of listening. Thinking speed. Yes, it is estimated that people generally speak between 80 to 160 words per minute, but they can think 4 times faster than speaking. Yes, so the speed of thinking or listening is faster than the speaking speed, okay? Listeners has much time. The difference between the two may divert the attention of the speaker. Like it means that, dear students, thinking speed means that when speakers, when they are their delivery of speech is very slow, they are not seeing words very fast or in a quick manners, so there will be problems for the listeners. There will be it distracts or it diverts the attention of the listeners, okay? Because they are waiting, they need more and more information, they are not waiting for the slow tone of the speakers. Prejudgment. Very often people jump to the conclusions. They themselves suppose the results. They are not waiting for the speaker's results. Okay, so this is also one of the big problems in speaking activity, also in listening activity, that people they prejudge, they draw judgment, they draw conclusion before the conclusion of the speaker. They are not waiting for the speaker results, they are drawing results. Then they are feeling no need for listening. Like if somebody is creating results by his or himself, so he or she is not feeling any need of the listening. We feel need of listening when we have curiosity, when we have thirsty for knowledge. So don't create prejudgment, okay? Don't prejudge the speaker's view. Hateful words. People hate some people. Likewise, they hate some words.